Alright, everybody, let's have a talk about this. The analog 3D, we know that it's been postponed, blah, blah, blah. Who cares, right? Well, I've got a problem with that. Everybody I know, damn near ordered this thing. A lot of people want this thing. And I'm going to discuss something real quick that's about to shock you. This isn't about shock, but it's about telling you something. So, today, April 13th, Trump announced that he's going to remove tariffs from computers and something else from China. And the following week, so next week, Monday or something, he's going to hold some sort of conference. So everybody stay tuned as to what the hell is going to go on here. Okay? There's something I got to let you guys know. So hold on and stay with me here. So basically, Trump is saying, we're going to have some tariffs, but they're not going to be on computers. So does this device, is it considered a computer? Or is it considered electronics? I don't know. Okay? But here is a old post from like December 14th. Okay, back in 2021, due to industry-wide component price increase, as you can see there, and of course I can't never highlight anything properly, due to industry-wide component price increase, the price of the pocket is now $219. Now, there are 3 fulfillment groups following estimated shipment dates, and Q1, Q4, and then it jumps to 2023, God only knows where. So this is kind of telling you how they do their work and kind of telling you what could happen. Now, a lot of factories in China, if you watch or go dig around the internet or go check YouTube somewhere, there are a lot of videos stating that a lot of Chinese factories have shut down, and they're basically stockpiling all the junk that they made in the warehouse that shut down. So these are like warehouses that built the stuff, and there is a few electronic ones that are closed because, see, the analog 3D is United States based only, basically. It's not like it's being shipped to all these other weird locations. It's basically whatever their warehouse is, it's got to be straight out of China, at that factory. So that factory could have closed until shipment resumes. The problem is I seen something, and this is what I wanted you to stay tuned, so I'm trying to make the video fast as possible. So when I logged into, they have this stupid app, right? It's called the Shop app. And it's like an app for like people that live in California, literally. Like nobody I know around here uses that. It's like something that uses cryptocurrency and whatever else. I'm not into crypto, okay? It's either cash, card, or a money order, all right? So the reality here is I log into this damn thing, right? It is your Shop app that you put on your phone to link your account, that links your email and all that crap. When I logged into it, and anybody else that's watching this video, do the same. Log into it and keep your eyes glued to the damn thing, because it'll say, mine said, analog order 3D, still shipment processing, and it comes up on the screen real fast, and it'll go away. And it says, due to be shipped September of 2025. What the hell? What the hell? What the hell? Now, that's when I logged in. Now, I usually wouldn't use that app. I'd delete it. It would only be there for this analog 3D crap. Okay? And I'm telling you right now that due to the fact that this is the kind of shit I got to deal with to order something, I'd be waiting a year, 2 years, 3 years, 5 years for a damn console that plays 4K. damn, I can buy an emulator off of frickin' Amazon right now, and still I could play those old games, okay, in 4K. I can also upconvert my 64 using an upconverter or any of my other stuff that I have to play it in 4K off of an original system. I also wonder what the system might do to your cartridges. Could it short out your cartridges? You know, your cartridges that are old? It's old hardware? Could it possibly short out something on the board on one of your games? You know? I'm just being honest here. Because we're talking old and new technology. And they're building this cheap with China. The deal is are we really going to see it for that price? Are they going to price hike this? If this is not labeled as a computer and it's labeled as an electronic, then what the hell do we do? Okay, so I've sent a message to them, and hopefully they'll research and get me an answer back, but they're not going to respond to anything. In fact, so this kind of tells you what I highlighted here, what the price increase, you know, that they would do to you out of nowhere. And as you can see right here, they have done many times before. Pocket is delayed in shipping. This happens all the time with Analog. They have a history of it. There's been a sudden and severe electrical component shortages, as well as logistics issue, leading to domino effect of challenges for nearly everyone in the industry. We're working hard to blah, blah, blah. Dude, they are just poisoned with one thing after another. If you secured a transaction, it really wasn't that hard to secure any electronics back then. It's just people stopped going to work. You know, the whole COVID thing was a complete freaking lie. Okay? People just stopped processing stuff. It wasn't hard. The only thing that was hard was car manufacturers to get those chips. Okay? They were shutting down factories over there because of the fucking virus, alright? So let's just be honest here. If you keep going through their announcements and stuff, you're going to see that their announcements will state they have problems shipping, and like this one here, you know, fortunately all units arrived U.S. prepackaged and ready to ship. Once in our hands, we should have all orders shipped. So this right here kind of tells you exactly what the hell's going on with them and their crap. Okay, so this is a reoccurring thing. Back from 2027, this happens every time they do an order. So why don't you just get your orders shipped over here before you start selling? Because you know it's going to sell. Well, they want the pre-orders to guarantee the sale because they don't know what's going to happen. But the reality is there's enough retro gamers, enough 30, 40, 50-year-old men out there that are buying this crap. You don't have women really buying it. There'd be very few select women that are buying this stuff. Okay, so once again, I'm going back over this. Log into your shop app that has your Analog 3D listed in there, and watch your damn screen on your phone and watch what the hell it says. Now that I've posted this, they might end up making changes to their shop app as to what it's showing. The shop app, what it's doing is it's digging for shipping codes, shipping routing numbers, basically. So it goes in there and it's extracting numbers from something somewhere, which is probably China, where it's coming from. And so they delayed the order to September of 2025 in China. So that's what I'm seeing, and that's due to the tariffs. So all of you out there, go log into the shop app. Keep an eye on your screen. If you can, record your screen. Post down in the comments below on this thread, this video that I am posting on the Analog, and let me know, did you see what I seen? Did you see it? I mean, step out of the randomness and let me know. Let everybody else know, because everybody's going to be looking at this thread, and so is many other people. Okay? So we need to get the word out there. Hey, are they actually, you know, because China calls the shots here, people. China's calling the shots. Okay, so you're not going to see it if they don't want to ship it. And if they shut down the factory, that's because of the tariff thing. Now, if Trump says that computers are good to go and no holdback, and that's because of, is it Lavino or Lavono, and what's that other one? There was 2 or 3 of them. Basically, some computers coming to the United States. They're no longer shipping certain computers to the United States, posted last at the end of the week, due to the tariff thing. The tariff thing is to try to bring jobs back here. China for over 30 years has been charging America for anything we send over there. They have a tariff on it, 3%, 8%. It depends on what it is. And so China has always charged a tariff on whatever we send them. But we have never once charged them a tariff. It was some sort of trade agreement deal maybe back in the 70s or 80s or something with electronics, and to help boost China, to help keep them, because they're kind of like, not communist, but whatever the country is over there, it's very regulated and stuff. They were trying to keep them on the positive side. And by doing that, they did a trade agreement. And so China has become a hub for shipping everything. And the problem is if China goes down, okay, a global pandemic over there that kills them all because they're overpopulated, or if an asteroid hits over there, or if, some sort of explosion that takes out half the country, then what does the world do? Huh? You can't just rely on one source. So what China needs to do is they do need to outsource, okay? Trump is right. They need to have some of their companies put in America, put in other countries as a backup solution, just in case if they, I know they want to keep it in the house, but you can't. What's going to happen when something happens to that country? The world depends on each other to work together, okay? And I know you got this whole hoopla about Democrats and Republicans. You're going to have to drop that out of your frickin' mind. That's not what this is about. Democrats and Republicans, it's just some bullshit, okay? It's about trade amongst the world, amongst the people, and you need to get moving on that space race. It's time to build starships and move your butts into space and start doing stuff. And yeah, there's aliens, people. Big frickin' deal. Grab a hold of something, because when you shit a brick, you're going to shit it big. We need our analog 3D, and they have been non-responsive to almost everything. And it is true. When I logged into the app, it said September of 2025 that shipments are halted out of China. So that shop app is looking for, it goes in there and it finds your order that actually has a number somewhere. And it's not just the number that they gave you. There's probably an additional number, okay? So my original orders, I have screenshots of, and I've printed them out and put them away. Because technically, they could almost be sued over certain stuff like this. Like, basically extracting money from people and never giving them an item that they promised. This could be lawsuit material, okay? If it goes over a year before they get you that item, that could be considered robbery, okay? They basically have not paid up. For people that have put this on their credit card, you're not too smart, because I'm not too smart. I did the same thing. Here's the thing. If you put it on your credit card, you're actually getting charged not just interest on that item, but even if you had paid it off real fast, right? Here's the thing. You still got charged transaction fee. There's a service charge. All credit cards charge you a couple bucks to, depends on how expensive the item is. They will charge you a percentage. And certain states have different laws, and certain credit cards have different laws. So you might want to look that up, because if you look, they're allowed to charge 1% or 3% for whatever the product is that you buy. So say you bought you this analog 3D for $300. Well, they just charged you 3%. I think there's some sort of cap, like 1% or something, but that's not the interest, just so you know. That's like a transaction or a processing fee. It's called a processing fee. Go look at your fine print, people. You're about to find out that you may be getting more hustled than ever. So anyways, if you've already paid for it and they tried to charge you more for this item, we might be screwed, okay? because they've already charged us once. They're going to have to either eat the cost, or we're going to end up biting the bullet and paying more, or they're going to have to cancel our orders and then reopen ordering. And they're going to have to increase the bid amount for open orders. So that means basically they'll have to say, we're canceling all orders, we're refunding everybody their money. But wait a minute. If they cancel the orders and refund you your money, and you don't get the product for what they said it is, there's going to be lawsuits, and they're going to get taken down by people of America. See, the problem is most retro gamers are dumb as hell. They don't know that some of these practices, you let people get away with it without pursuing legal action. You know, they're not going to change until you actually go after them over this. You know, this is the kind of shady shit that Mad Little Pixel is talking about. So I would hope that you have watched this whole video and had a little bit of information. This is very important to you. People out there, I know you don't really understand some stuff. That's why I'm bringing it to you. Hopefully people will understand this. Credit card companies are sideways. They will charge you a lot of money, as much as they can. They will get away with it, you know. If you don't pay interest, I mean, they're going to charge you interest if you know, either way. And they find loopholes around doing that. They call them like processing fees, transaction fees, and all that stuff. So they actually charge you anywhere from like $10 to $13, sometimes just a couple bucks, sometimes in some cases $30 or $40 for transaction fees. If you bought a computer from Amazon using your credit card, yeah, that's right. So you'd be like, man, they charged a transaction fee of $50, $60. What the hell is that? Yeah, because they're allowed to do 1% or 3%, depends on what credit card you got. Might want to read that stuff. So we've got a problem with Analog not performing. We had the Trump tariffs. It's actually Analog's fault. Okay, they should have had this stuff in gear and ready to go before Trump came in office. They should have shipped it to us in the first quarter of 2025, and they didn't. It's really their fault. Let's not sugarcoat this. It was supposed to be shipped by now and should have had it in our hands before March, the end of March, or whatever. And here we are wondering why. So if they cancel or delay the pre-order till September or later, I'm going to cancel my order, and I'm not going to deal business with them no more. I don't care. I don't need an unboxing video to show people, and nobody gives a shit about your product that you can't deliver on. That's actually very important to us people, and if you can't do what you're supposed to do, then you need to get out of the business. You should have had these things ready to go. You don't take pre-orders. You know, pre-orders was like a roundabout number, and they're just not doing their job. So there's a pretty good chance, you know, they're going to delay it again, and your July order may not happen. Like I said, log into the shop app, let us all know, put in the comments, say, hey, what the fuck did I just get on my screen? Did it say September? Because mine said September, and then it popped up and said priority shipping, and it says delayed till September or something. I just seen it pop up and then it went away. So this could be a glitch in the app, but I doubt it. I've seen it do this shit before. And what it's doing, like I said, is it's pulling the actual shipment order number for your shipment straight out of China and telling you where it's at and the actual ETA listing, which is embedded in a computer system, which most of them should know. And if the people at Analog don't know the actual issue here, then they're just a bunch of idiots. They know when it's going to be shipped. They know. You know, they really, if they're not paying attention to their orders, then they're just letting China do them in the butt. All right? So that's all I got for tonight. Talk to you on the next one. Subscribe. Let's give them some hell for the bullshit they're giving us.